We got this laser. Oh my God. It's a 60 class right there. Guys, welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Guffey just pulled up. I got him getting ready to load up, and we're gonna go do some coyote hunting. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and take just a second, hit that subscribe button and share this video. We're trying to grow it to 100,000 subs. But with that, let's go see if we can shoot some coyotes in the face. We've got some really good properties lined up tonight. We've not hunted them all year. These are our properties that I would consider to be our bread and butter. We know where the coyotes live at. We know how to get into them. We know what to do if they're in a different location than where we think they're at. We've just got a lot of things going for us here. We just need to make sure that they do their job and respond to the Fox Pro X-Wave, and then we've got to make sure we do our job and shoot good. So let's go have some fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. See how many we can put in the back of the Toyota. All right, guys, spot numero uno. We got 3 spots we're going to hit tonight. Probably try to make it all 3 of these sets into one episode unless something stupid happens, but this is probably the least popular of the 3 that we got, but there's coyotes here, and then the good thing about it is it's close enough to one of the other properties that we can also use it as a locating tool to figure out where those other dogs are at. So keep those fingers crossed, see if we can get them done. Holy smokes. Yeah. I ain't got a clue. Guys, we're looking at this field, and we just happened to look up. I looked up and through the scanner and seen this coyote. Well, that's not necessarily the way that I enjoy killing coyotes. I would much rather see those coyotes responding to that Fox Pro. But you know, in a situation like that dog had pretty much busted us and was trying to get the heck out of Dodge. And what that dog was doing was actually trying to get back to that pack that we heard. So us shooting that dog in the field the way that we did, it allowed us to even have an opportunity at that other pack. Now, that other pack didn't come in, but we had an opportunity, and that's all you can really ask for there. So I left Guffey over here in the field just in case. We ripped out a couple howls after, and I left him over here just in case a coyote come venturing back out to kind of check things out and see what was going on. But he's standing here, so it doesn't necessarily look like we got anything else other than that one. So we're getting the blue laser turned on right there, and we'll get the Fox Pro and stuff loaded up, and we're gonna go out here and see if we can get this coyote found. So hopefully, let's see if I turn these lights out, see if y'all can see or not. We got this laser on the gun set up in the scope. I played it back, and that laser's pointing out through there, which you can't really see all that well. We're just gonna follow that laser out through this field, and hopefully we can find that coyote. We got a dog. And it is a big dad dog. Me and Guffey were talking about it. I hadn't looked at this dog yet as to what it is, but we couldn't get these other coyotes. They were off down in there, and this dog was going that way. You can see my blue laser. It got us pretty close to that coyote. Those other dogs were off down in there. And when this dog got shot, we hit a howl, just a solo howl. They answered us back, but then they never came. So I've not looked at the gender of this dog. I am thinking that it's a male and that the female is down there with the pups and she's not coming up here. And that's why we couldn't get them to come. But let's see if my theory is right. And I'm right. That right there explains why why we couldn't get those dogs down there to break. I mean, they were close enough to do it. They were not disturbed. And I mean, they were just, I mean, they should have came. But the only hitch in it was, and I told Guffey that, was if this was a male, it might be difficult to get that female to leave her pups, which the pups are getting old enough now to where they're getting out and venturing about themselves. I mean, it's October 5th. And so, I mean, they're venturing out on their own, don't get me wrong, but still, there's still some predatory protection mentality into those breeding pairs, and that's probably why we couldn't get them to break. So that makes a whole lot of sense right there. And man, you want to talk about just a big male? This is a dang giant. I mean, just a dang brute. Don't you look at the head on that guy? Guffey's about to run me over. But that explains why we couldn't get those other ones to come. Beautiful, beautiful dog, furred up. Look at that, Guff. Right where I was aiming. Look at this shot at 300.
That's exactly where I was aiming. That looks like a Creedmoor hole.
That does look like a Creedmoor hole, don't it? We're just gonna chalk it up that we don't know who shot him.
I'm sure Blake shot him.
I don't know.
Because you went off just a little bit before me. That's a big son.
Yeah, it is. Hey, he's a male, just like I said.
What's he scored?
He's a 125, 130.
Have you checked it?
Yeah, he's a male. Because I was telling everybody my prediction as to why those other dogs wouldn't come.
Ooh. Well, that's a mature animal right there.
That's a 130 class. That's close to a 130.
The turd that come out of it?
Oh yeah.
It's a good boy.
Oh yeah. I mean, you couldn't get more of a perfect shot at that dang distance, man.
I tell you, I'm shooting good.
To give you some knuckles, man. That's awesome, man. Well, we got one dog down, 2 spots left to go. We already know where some other dogs are at because they answered us back and howled. So we're going to get this bad boy right here loaded up, and we're going to see if we can shoot a couple more.
Just to give y'all some perspective. Oh my God. That's a big, smart, healthy male dog. I mean, a big and too.
Got a big old head on that joker.
Oh yeah.
What a bruiser, man. Those are the type dogs you want to kill because those are the ones that actually put a true hurting on your deer and your turkey and your other game on your property.
I'd love to know what that coyote weighs.
That's a big one. And that is a mean old joker right there. Mean and big.
That's a good one.
Mean and big. It's a good one. Let's go get some more, guys. Alright guys, we're over here where we just heard a bunch of coyotes. So we killed a lot of dogs here last year in a real good season. It's the first time we've hunted here this season, so keep those fingers crossed. Hopefully they act right and we shoot better. Well guys, we got set over here. We howled and we heard these dogs where in the exact place that we heard them at the other property. And looking at it on OnX, it looks like we can travel down this road and stop, and there's a field that's kind of shaped like a V, and we can set right in the middle of it, and those dogs are on the far end of that field, I believe. So we're gonna drive down, stop about 100 yards away, put the call out and just see if we can make something happen. But we gotta try to hurry just for the simple fact that we want them dogs to think that we gained ground on them. And we just gotta see if we can get one to come in. So let's go do it. Alright guys, we heard that same group of coyotes howl again. And they were where we think they're at. They were a little over a half a mile away, but we're still on the same property. We still have about a quarter of a mile to get to them, but these fields are growed up, and this is the only part of it where we can actually see them. So we're gonna howl and see if we can make something happen. We made the move, and it was the right move, and I mean we were on them, but I don't know if our wind was doing something funny down in this bottom or what was going on, but we had these dogs enter us back, and I mean what would you say, of less than 400, 3?
Yeah, probably 3, I would say. Maybe across the creek. I think that big got us too.
Yeah, we think it was on the other side of it's like a borderline creek river. And we rolled into some fight sounds, just really trying to do anything we can to get these dogs to come. And kind of out of our left field, where we really didn't think we was going to have one coming, Guffy seen this dog working down this road bed, and sure enough, I mean, it was, you could tell, we think it's a younger dog just by the way it was acting. It wasn't coming in charging looking for a fight. It was more or less just kind of coming down the road bed like, what the heck is going on? You know, like, why is there all this noise and ruckus going on? And you could tell he was just confused. But Guffy put that old 6.5 Creedmoor on him and busted him. Look how furred up that dog is. That's a munchkin. It's a little munchkin dog. Ain't that what they call that when their front paws is like way longer than everything? It's like a, kind of looks like Quasimodo.
Shape funny.
She is.
What, we got, a male or female?
I think it's a female. No, a little big old male. That's a 60 class right there. That's like a spike. That's like a
14-inch spike.
That's a spike of the coyote world. But
he's actually not terrible size to have nuts that small.
no, I mean, pick him up there and let everybody take a look at you. I mean, he's small, but he ain't small. I mean, he's definitely born. I mean, that dog's born this spring for sure. I mean, that dog's not a year old yet, and that's just reading his body language. You could tell when he come around this road bed, you could tell he was looking down in this field like, what the heck is going on? And he was just kind of slowly creeping. You could tell he was a little timid, didn't really know what was going on. But I mean, Guffy absolutely hammered him with the 6.5 Creedmoor. And this is going to be one happy landowner. This is a big turkey hunter here, and these guys right here are absolutely tough on turkeys. So we were going to go to one more spot, but we decided to call it a night. So we're going to get this thing loaded up and let you guys take a look at both of them together. Oh yeah. You can see the size difference in the dogs that I try to harvest versus what Guffy tries to shoot. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you just see the size difference between I mean, there's no telling how old this dog is. This dog right here is probably 3.5, 4.5 years old, maybe 5.5 years old. And this dog was born this spring. I mean, you can see the difference in the teeth there versus there. I mean, just a noticeable difference.
Been eating really good though. I mean, to be such a young dog, look how fat. I mean, he's fat.
I mean, he's been down here smoking all these rabbits and turkeys and everything else, whatever, and phones. I ain't telling how many phones that his mom has brought to him while he was in the den.
He's like, you remember that movie where Chris Farley was like fat guy and a little and he rips the coat. You remember that?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the movie. I know what scene you're talking about.
He's like he's got a big belly, kind of like me, but a real small head.
And like his limbs are kind of shaped weird.
Yeah, he's just an inbred, you know.
Well, guys, that right there is an awesome ending to the night. Like I said earlier, we were going to go to one more spot, but it's already midnight, and we've got 2 dogs in the back of the truck. This year, we're not necessarily trying to see how many we can kill in one night. Our goal is to bring you guys as many episodes and as many hunts as we possibly can. And this other farm we've got is a really, really good farm. And really and truly, the dogs, we may have 2 dogs on 2 sets, but the dogs are not necessarily running really, really good. I mean, the first set, the dog was already in the field. And this one, we had to work extremely hard to get an uneducated young dog to... I'll be dang. Hit right there and turned up. This uneducated young dog, we had to work really hard to get it to come in. So versus going on to some of our other really good spots, we're just going to take what we got. We got 2 dead dogs. It's been a successful night, and we're going to go hit those properties later in the week or possibly next week, and hopefully bring you guys along for it. So super thankful you guys were hanging out with me on my channel. If you're new to Southern Extreme TV, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are trying to grow this family to 100,000 subscribers. We've got a long ways to go. We're almost a quarter of the way there. But listen, if you've already subscribed, make sure you share, because sharing puts my videos and puts our content out in front of people that don't know about us. And
I mean, who else is scoring coyotes like us? I mean,
Well, there's some heavy hitters, but
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
score. Oh yeah, scoring.
I mean, like who checks their
who scores?
Tell you,
Yeah. We have a unique way of scoring our male coyotes, and there's no real measurement to it. It's just eyeballing it, if you will. It's just one of the things you gotta have that unique eye set that Guffey has for that type of package viewing.
Yeah, that's how big their turds are and how
She's
big
too
their
friendly.
balls are. Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys on the next one.